I know that you want to become a fluent, confident English speaker. I'm going to do something a little bit crazy. I'm going to put myself in your shoes and I will be doing a speaking challenge, me, in French for the next 7 days because French is the language that I struggle with, that I'm learning, that I want to be better at in terms of speaking and listening. If you want to do this challenge along with me in English, you can download my complete PDF action plan from the description down below. I will include the details of every single activity that I do here so that you can copy me exactly. And if you don't want my PDF action plan, you can just watch this video all the way to the end and take notes, and you'll be able to make your own fluency action plan at home. If I don't complete this 7-day challenge, my punishment to myself will be that I'm not allowed to drink coffee for the next week. And this would be a pretty terrible punishment for me because I love coffee. I drink at least 2 coffees a day. So it's very important that I do not fail this challenge. To give myself the best chance of success for completing this challenge, I blocked out 30 minutes on my calendar each day to do the challenge. And I made sure to set an alarm every day on my phone so that I wouldn't forget, because I can be a little bit forgetful sometimes. Maybe you've been learning English for a long time, but you still feel nervous when it comes to having a natural conversation in English, or watching a series or watching a movie in English. There are a lot of reasons for this, a lot of reasons why you may have studied for a long time but still are having difficulty with natural spoken everyday English. But some of the big problems are that you may not have anyone to practice with. You may not know where to start. How do I even start speaking English in my daily life? How do I practice speaking by myself? Is it possible to practice speaking English by myself with no one else to talk to? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that, how you can improve your speaking and your confidence dramatically in just 7 days. On day 1 of the challenge, I had planned to do what's called a 4-3-2 challenge. So this means that you're given a topic to speak about. In my case, a piece of art, a masterpiece, a famous work of art. And then you have a few minutes to prepare what you want to say about this piece of art. So in my action plan PDF for you down below, I provide some famous pieces of art that you can choose from and a bunch of phrases that you can use to help you describe what you see in these famous works of art. And so the painting that I decided to speak about is this one by Frida Kahlo. It's called The Two Fridas. I'm not sure if you can see it here. This painting. Frida Kahlo was a Mexican artist who made really beautiful and interesting paintings. She also has a really interesting personal story. There's a movie about her. If you're interested, you could go check that out. I'm just going to freestyle this. I'm going to literally set a timer and just record myself speaking about this work of art. If you don't feel comfortable with this and you need more structure, don't worry. Just follow the guidelines in my PDF guide. The purpose of this exercise is not to be perfect. It's to bust you out of your shell, to give you permission to make mistakes, to speak freely in a comfortable setting in your own home. Many people have never opened their mouths to speak English for 5 minutes because they're too afraid of making mistakes. But you're home. You're by yourself. You don't need to be worried about making mistakes. When you're ready, set a timer for 4 minutes. Try to speak about the painting for 4 minutes without pausing. It's harder than it seems. Mine was a mess. And then after the 4 minutes is over, you do it again. The same painting, the same topic. The only difference is that now you only have 3 minutes. So you speak a little bit faster and you have already done it once, so it's a little bit easier, in theory at least. Finally, you do it one more time, but this time you only have 2 minutes. The idea is that your speaking gets more and more fluid with fewer pauses and fewer hesitations each time that you do it. Okay, that was super hard. I did horribly. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you that video because that just felt very difficult for me and very painful. And I think it's because I haven't spoken French in a while. I haven't been practicing recently. So that was really hard for me, but that's okay. We are embracing the difficulty, and tomorrow is another day. So I will see you tomorrow for day 2 of this challenge. All right, opening up ChatGPT. I don't have a lot of battery left, 4%. Day 2. I was feeling pretty good about this speaking challenge. On day 2, I did a storytelling activity from my action plan. So I basically looked through the recent photos on my phone. I chose one, and then I talked about it with ChatGPT for 10 minutes using some of the helpful phrases in my action plan. You don't have to use AI for this. You could simply record a video of yourself or record an audio of your voice, a voice message, talking about a recent memory inspired by a photo from your phone. So far, so good. I wasn't feeling super comfortable, but at least I was completing the activity. French words were coming out of my mouth. Day 3. On day 3, I worked on giving my opinion regarding a newspaper article. Again, with the help of ChatGPT, I was really trying to get more comfortable using AI as a speaking partner. If you've seen some of my recent videos, you know that this is not a very comfortable activity for me, but it is free. It's a free language speaking partner. And, there are pros and cons of using it. And I just personally would like to get a little bit more comfortable using it. My goal every day was to either record myself or use ChatGPT just to feel a bit more pressure and stress, because I think it helps to mimic the stress that we might have in a real conversation. On day 4, I worked on expressing my emotions with an activity that kind of stressed me out, but it was good for helping me express myself. Emotions can be a tough thing to discuss in another language. Some people actually have told me that learning English feels like a form of therapy because they're able to express themselves in a different way in English than in their first languages. I don't know if you've experienced something like this. If you have, I would love to know about it in the comments. On day 5, I was feeling a little bit lazy. If you have a day where you're feeling lazy, don't stop the challenge. Instead, just get a book in English, set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes, and read out loud in English. That's it. No pressure, no preparation needed. But your pronunciation muscles still get a little bit of a workout. I do have a real day 5 activity that you can try too in the action plan. It's about discussing your interests in casual conversation. Day 6. On day 6, I worked on giving advice using some helpful phrases and an imaginary friend activity inspired by my 3-year-old. Day 7. And on day 7, the final day of this challenge, I practiced the most common and maybe most uncomfortable thing for many people, talking about myself, introducing myself. This sounds simple, and it is simple, but it's not really that easy, actually. It can be uncomfortable and stressful to introduce yourself or to talk about yourself when you don't really know someone. And so this is what I wanted to practice on day 7. At the end of the challenge, I was proud of myself. Perhaps most importantly, I'm thankful that I won't be giving up coffee anytime soon. I realized how much better I could get in French if I did this for 1 month or 3 months or even more. And I'm excited for you to do it too. Tell me in the comments below if you want to try it. I would love to hear if you're going to do this challenge. And remember, if you want to see exactly step by step how to do each activity, don't forget to download your PDF action guide below and watch me demonstrate the 4-3-2 activity for you in French in this video next. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video.